I'm going to the garden. That was pleasant for you. Go to that garden. Are you ready? Good morning. Here we are. It is the fourth Sunday of Advent. I'm so grateful to be here because it brings me to a place where I need to be a little bit more available for the season than before, because I'm speaking on Sundays, and I'll be speaking here on Sundays through January. And I know old habits die hard. I was so used to call to worship, Tatiana and I doing call to worship and praying in and speaking the word of blessing. And I'll tell you what, you are prayed up today. Already we are all prayed up, and that's a good thing. Unity was built on prayer. It started as a prayer ministry in Charles and Myrtle Fillmore's living room. And look what it has grown to. And it's shifting. So today I wanted to speak about, I've spoken about the 12 powers and the power of life. And today, it is not one of the 12 powers, but it is one of the 7 aspects of God, and it's beauty. And so my talk is titled, Finding Beauty Now. Oof. If ever I needed to find the beauty, it's now. And this is a beautiful season. The lights are beautiful, and the lights are beautiful. The traffic, of course, but the traffic is sort of a wonderful reminder that, some of us are coming back to life and getting out, and now we're being told, so we just have to remain, I have to remain just centered in trusting the universe, trusting. I love the expression, trust Allah and tie up your camel. Pray to catch the bus and run real fast. Prayer plus common sense. Okay? Yeah, that's good. So I was thinking about beauty, and of course, during the week, when I choose my talk title and topic, I do a kind of a deep dive on the almighty Google. And Googling beauty was so interesting because, of course, what came up first was beauty products, how to be more beautiful, hairstyles. I totally get that. I was one of my day gigs as an actor and performer. One of my day gigs was makeup artistry and skincare consulting at a beautiful shop out in South Barrington. And I loved makeup as a kid. I just would sit for hours. And my mother was an actress, and she had this incredible makeup that I could play with. And so heightening beauty has always been kind of a thing, I think, for all of us. But it's when beauty catches us unaware that is the most striking for me. So I have a song that I wrote about this very thing that I wanted to sing for you. sometimes songs come to me. Sometimes they ask to be worked on. This is one that just sort of came through some time ago. I wouldn't want you to miss any of my hot licks. When tears or laughter come uncalled, and spark a heart unknowingly stalled, that's when, in that instant when love's unwalled, God comes in and breaks my fall. God comes in and breaks my fall. When simply walking down the street, unfamiliar eyes will meet. I could see fear or something sweet. When God comes in and moves my feet, God comes in and moves my feet. And maybe that's what faith is for, so wild and unexpected, right outside my door, alive and unprotected, 'cause it's faith, and maybe that's what faith is for. When darkness falls upon the earth and chokes us of our holy worth, our hearts will open the rebirth. When God comes in to heal the hurt, when God comes in to heal the earth. And maybe that's what faith is for, so wild and unexpected, right outside my door, alive and unprotected, 'cause it's faith, and maybe that's what faith is for. Maybe that's what faith is for. So, when tears or laughter come uncalled and spark a heart unknowingly stalled. Wow. Have you ever had that experience where you weren't expecting it, but something was so beautiful that it maybe brought tears to your eyes or enlivened something within you? Yeah, I love when that happens. I love when that happens. I was invited to a little Christmas dinner last night in the home of an Italian.
Oh.
And she had an Italian chef come and make dinner. Now, I'm taking Italian on Duolingo. Is anybody doing Duolingo? Yeah, I thought I have a little time. I could probably do Duolingo. So I'm learning Italian. I don't know why. I just think it's one of the most beautiful languages. Here's what I know so far. Il ragazzo mangia la mela. Oh. It means the boy eats the apple. But it sounds so beautiful and romantic, doesn't it? Or, ciao, amico mio, come stai? How are you, my friend? Hello, my friend, how are you? Yes, our Italian brothers and sisters bring us so much. And I told my friend, Bonnie, I said, you know, I'm Irish, and I feel that if it weren't for the Italians, my people would probably starve to death. Although potatoes, all hail the mighty potato. When you go to Ireland, they don't ask you, would you like potatoes? They ask you, how would you like your potatoes? And I would say, any way I can get them. I love potatoes. I'm a potato fan, a big potato fan. But one of our friends last night was saying that she was at an art museum, and she walked around the corner, and there was a Renoir that was not real popular, but she said that it struck her so intensely that she instantly connected with it, and it brought up so much feeling. And she said that she felt one with the artist's intent. Now, Renoir was painting quite some time ago, you know, but that you can go to the Art Institute and you can see a Renoir. That is remarkable, you know. So I think it's really incumbent upon us now. It's really important now, more than ever, to not only look for beauty, but to create it wherever we go. And I think that takes courage. It takes courage to create, because, well, one of the reasons I think hobbies or crafts don't get a lot of, you know, press in America is that they're not income generating. You know, creating beautiful. I have a dear friend who's a crafter. She's a master at it, and she's like, and her studio has every crafting tool and color and cutout, and you know, and she gets lost in making beautiful things. You know, and in Thailand, every morning, you know, they consider creating beauty outside on their doorstep. You know, just out of flowers or taking colored sand and creating something, as if everything is a work of art in their day, that everything could be beautiful. I'm a little too distracted, and to make that so, but this week, of course, I was doing my research, and I remembered an article or something that I think it was maybe in Philadelphia, where they took a center, they took a large building as a community. It was totally run down and in a rundown neighborhood, and they totally revived it and made it especially beautiful. A lot of people said, this is in a horrible neighborhood, and the people that are going to come here are you know, they don't have any money, and the creator said, all the more reason that if you create a beautiful environment, it raises the vibration of everyone involved. I think the thing I like most about beauty is the order to it. Of course, in nature, to see the beauty of nature, it's like, oh, my heart sits down, which is an African expression, isn't that beautiful? My heart sits down when I see something so beautiful that just naturally occurred. There are these things up in Minnesota that I saw for the first time. They might be here, but my sister Erin tells me they're pretty indicative of Minnesota. They're called sundogs, and they're clouds that are these columns of rainbow colors because they're reflected. The sun is sort of out, but not. but they will astonish you if you've never seen them before. They astonished me. I said, what is that? That's the experience I want to have more often. Instead of a screen, you know, I'm like everybody else. I'm on this too much. And if I'm here, I'm not here. And it also entails this, the head down, instead of ah. So I think I'm going to try less this, more this, moving into the coming year. Which brings me to January here at Unity Northwest. I had a wonderful meeting with the board, your lovely board, the lovely Unity Northwest board the other night, and we were talking about moving forward here at Unity Northwest, and that I sort of had the idea, what if January is dedicated to vision? Dedicated to a vision. Instead of just maybe 1 week or after Whitestone, you know. Because, I don't know about you, but creating a vision, it's taking me time. Taking me time to get the magazines. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't think I can do that. But I thought, you know, I've made some pretty elaborate vision boards in my time, and I'm telling you, I learned about vision boards at Unity, you know, years ago, like a vision board, and the first one I did was wow, and a lot of that stuff came to fruition. Who's had that experience here, right? That you make a vision board that you see every day. Or even the story, I think it was in the movie The Secret, where someone had made a vision board and a new home was on it. But he had put it aside in a way, came across it a few years later. He was in the house that he envisioned on the vision board. It works. It totally works. The place I get caught is, am I visualizing enough or too much, or how do I do this? And that's this. That's not this. For me, you know, if I just wait a second, if I make it complicated, or if I make it like, oh, where should this go on the, I'm overthinking it, right? Do you do that? So by the time I get to it, or halfway through it, I'm exhausted. And it's like, well, what if I don't want this? And in the words of Edwin Gaines, my first prosperity teacher in 1984, said, well, you prayed it into your life, just pray it out. I love Edwin Gaines. And she's right, you know. So the beauty that will come naturally out of a vision, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time to create a vision. We're choosing a book. I think we've landed on one on visioning. I learned about visioning from Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith when I was studying at Bodhi, the Bodhi Center, to be a practitioner. And there is a process, and you guys, steps work great for me. You give me a step to take, fantastic. Otherwise, again, I'm going to overthink it, you know. But just sort of an idea of Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith's process and Agape's process is the 5 questions, you know. what is your highest vision? Getting quiet. And what is your highest vision? We'll go over these next month. But what is God's highest vision for my life? Oh, that's a little scary. What if I don't like God's highest vision? What if God's highest vision is that I'm standing at the corner of State and Lake handing out religious pamphlets? I thought maybe. Yeah. I don't think so. What if God wants me to be an accountant? Do you want to be an accountant? There are some people who do. Thank you, God, that some people want to be an accountant. I love my accountant. So, what is God's highest vision for? And then you fill in the blank. My life, my well-being, my health. So what I know is, I'd like to ask the question, what is God's highest vision for Unity Northwest Church? Moving forward into 2022. 2022, you guys, I had no idea I'd be here for 2022. When it turned 2000, I'm like, what? Remember that? We thought all the computers were going to crash, and it was going to be Armageddon. So the world has ended many times. But what will God's highest vision be for your church, our church, Unity Northwest? That we must take ownership of lifting it if we're called to do so. Second question is, what are the God qualities I want to bring forth? Well, the 7 aspects of God are love, life, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy. I'd like to call those forward in my life and in any community I'm involved with. Those are the God qualities I'd like to bring forth. For starters, harmony, joy, humor. So those are the God qualities. What God qualities do I want to call forth in this vision? Third question is, what must I release in order to have this vision? Letting go is not easy. Even when I think I'm doing it. I might let it go. In fact, I had the idea, I don't know if you saw the trash can at the front door that says, I had that idea this week. It came to me after meditation. Let's hear it from, can I get an amen for meditation? All right, yes. Do you ever get creative ideas while you're meditating? Yeah, it's okay to write them down and then go back. But yes, we can leave them. You are welcome to take them out, but you don't want anybody to see you going back in for the most part. Just drop them off. We'll take care of them. We'll take it out, get it back, and let them go. Into the ethers for the angels to carry to the garbage dump. Yeah, you can let go. So what must I release in order to have the vision? And the next question is, what must I embrace? What must I take in at long last? I'm going to suggest self-love, forgiveness of self and others. For starters, what must I embrace? It's time. It's time to let yourself off the hook and everybody else. I really believe everybody is doing the very best they can. And it's why I can't watch the news, because I don't have that thought when I'm watching the news.
Amen.
Right? I don't have that thought. What must I embrace? Yeah. What must I release? What must I embrace? And then I love the fifth and last question. Is there anything else? Again, letting it come up. Trusting that it'll come up. trusting what comes up, and if you're really confused, run it by somebody. Call one of your chaplains. Email me, or come in for a little prayer council. The Interfaith Center is still active here. Yeah. So please know that we would love to listen and pray with you and help you find some solutions to that. Because it's not just Sunday. It is an ongoing ministry here at Unity Northwest Church. But it's your ministry that you get to also bring to the world. You get to also bring these principles into the world. That there's one power, that we believe in the power of prayer. And everybody thinks, oh I love prayer. But affirmative prayer. Not a pleading. I learned how to pray in Unity and in religious science. The affirmative prayer. God is the only thing going on. I am one with this one and can never be separated from it. And I know perfect health, well-being, peace, those are the things I know are true and that I can access. I give thanks that this is so. I give thanks for that truth. Gratitude always really sort of adds, doesn't it? That gratitude of, what I'm grateful for expands. It expands. And then I release it into the action of the law that always says, yes, 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 I thought you'd never ask. They're 24/7, available. Available, just like Silent Unity. How many people here have called Silent Unity? Please, do yourself a favor. It's like having a fizzy dropped into your bloodstream. Their prayers, the prayers of Silent Unity, just were lifesavers. I was living in Manhattan, and my life was not going well. And I called them repeatedly. Every time I felt better. Every time I felt better, and they gave me such hope. So, Silent Unity, yay. So what we're going to be creating here at Unity Northwest is, remains to be seen. It's a blank canvas. We have an opportunity to, start anew. If you want to, you can opt out. I asked the board, what's your why? What would be the why for going forward? Maybe you shouldn't. It's shocking, isn't it, that I would say that? But it's true. Because the whole movement is changing dramatically. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But before I say no, or I'm done, or it's too much work, I think time to vision, pray, and really, really see. Not to say that the answer couldn't come instantaneously, but I think to take the month of January to really lean into a vision that will be morphing. Vision is going to morph. That's okay. It should. So I want to start with that we're going to start. My vision for your church is that you would start very small.
Yeah.
Who notices this? Isn't that interesting? We've had people say, you know what, I can probably fix that for you. And then they don't come back. or it will entail the large ladder that's in the garage. You know, it's going to be hard. But, y'all, I've been coming to this church on and off for many years. It has always, the window treatments have always been this. They could maybe stay that, maybe not. Maybe they could be cooler, more beautiful. Maybe we could open them up and let more light in. Maybe we'll cover the windows and have, the possibilities are endless. But we're going to start there. We're going to fix that. Because it's annoying. It's that little, every time I'm like, oh, darn, that's annoying. So I just want you to know that, oh yeah, we're aware. There's an awareness now. And instead of saying, you know, no, it's not going to go away until we fix it. Can't keep, it's hard. It's going to be hard. So we're going to get some bids this week. We're going to get some bids this week. Yeah. Because God can do no more for me than God can do through me. You know, God will fix that by way of the tall ladder and a pro. There's somebody who knows how to fix that. So going into this week, let's think about beauty and the divine order of beauty. The divine order that's present in just that little, there's divine order there, and it will be restored, restoring divine order. I wanted to tell you about this little feng shui. I love feng shui. Anybody else here into feng shui? Oh man, feng shui is so cool. I love feng shui, and it's you know, the order of placement. And when you walk into a home that has been feng shuied, talk about heart sitting down. It's just, it has flow, and you want to be there, and you feel good. So a feng shui principle is discarding or passing on 27 things a day for 9 days. It's hard. It's hard because, I forget, and if I forget, I have to start over. Ooh! So I'm just going to try it. I'm going to start today. I started yesterday, but I didn't discard enough things, so I thought, okay, I have to start again tomorrow. It's why I stopped telling my voice students that they needed to do crunches, because to strengthen, the diaphragm, because I didn't want to do crunches. And I thought, Maggie, you cannot tell your voice student to do crunches if you're not doing them. I'm like, darn it. I'll get back to them eventually. I'm not going to hurry. So let us create beauty this week in the littlest thing. Maybe just clearing out a drawer that has 27 things that you can pass on, or just moving the energy. We're going to move the energy in our homes. I'm going to move the energy in my home, in my space, in my life, in my songs, and I purge papers and just start to lift and lighten. And so I wanted to tell you about this prayer as we move into this. And it's called the set-aside prayer. And it goes like this. God, help me set aside everything I think I know about, fill in the blank. My life, my career, my home, my health, so I may have a new experience. I have some good ideas, but God has a better idea. And if I get quiet and listen, it's going to come through. It came through with the, put your, all cares, concerns, and worries go here. Go in the garbage. We'll drop them off. God, help me set aside everything I think I know about my church, so I may have a new experience, so we may have a new experience. We don't know where, we can only see as far as the headlights are going right now. More will be revealed if I have the faith and trust in the divine order of beauty. Because Ralph Waldo Emerson says, though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us, or we find it not. Let us carry our beauty into our week, into our day, into our lives. Thank you.